Alarms shrieked across the bridge. Admiral Tharkos's 4 amber eyes locked onto the tactical display, his clawed hand denting the tablet.
Who dares enter Coalition space? Identify immediately or be destroyed.
The Vigilant was on routine patrol in Mars orbit. No threat had emerged here in decades. 200 warships tore through slipspace in perfect formation. Half alien sleek and crimson gold, half human designs from a lost century. Before Tharkos could order a weapons lock, a single tight beam transmission cut through the chaos.
Coalition vessels, do not fire. This is High Priest Joseph of Mars Colony Lazarus. We have returned home in peace.
Lazarus died. I watched the memorials, 2 centuries of silence, and now this. Who are you?
Tharkos's claw hovered over the fire control. Then he slammed the comm panel, ordering a priority channel to Earth's President Chen. The Lazarus fleet held position, weapons cold. A calm voice repeated, "We have come home. We mean you no harm."
No ambush, no attack pattern. Am I looking at a miracle or the most elaborate trap in Coalition history?
On Earth, the alert snapped President Chen and General Vasquez to the command center. Tharkos's urgent signal played on every screen.
Play the transmission.
High Priest Joseph appeared on the main screen, a calm figure in white and red robes, a slender alien in silver-blue robes at his side.
We are the descendants of Mars Colony Lazarus. We did not die. We were saved, and we have returned with allies, the Krell, and a faith that sustained us through darkness. We ask only to meet, to share what we found. We mean you no harm.
A lost colony shows up preaching a new religion with unknown aliens. This is a miracle or a hostile takeover. Recommend immediate quarantine and no direct contact.
200 warships, and not a shot fired. If they wanted to attack, they would have. This warrants a conversation, not a blockade.
Sir, we don't know what they're carrying, faith or bioweapons. One wrong move, and we have a crisis on our hands.
Open a secure channel to the Lazarus flagship. I'll speak to High Priest Joseph myself.
FTL relays hummed, forging a direct link across the void. The first words between the Lost and the Homeworld were minutes away. Aboard the Vigilant, Admiral Tharkos received Chen's authorization. He silenced the alarms and hailed the Lazarus flagship directly.
This is Admiral Tharkos. I speak for the Coalition. State your intentions.
The view screen resolved into Joseph's calm face. The alien K-Vex, a silent silhouette behind him.
We have no demands, Admiral. Only an invitation. Meet with us. Learn of He who waits, the living God on Mars who saved us.
Living God. I deal in realities, not fairy tales. Bring me something concrete.
Reality is what the weight reveals, Admiral. It will show itself to you if you allow.
I'll give them their meeting. Then I'll expose this fraud for what it is. Tomorrow, neutral station in high orbit. Bring your evidence, or I will consider this fleet a threat.
We accept. May the weight guide our meeting.
The transmission ended. Tharkos turned to his security chief. Double the guard. These people are hiding something. Aboard the Lazarus flagship, in a chapel lit by red glass windows, High Priest Joseph knelt before a golden Mars symbol.
He who waits, guide my words tomorrow. They will not understand unless you open their eyes.
The Admiral is a warrior. He needs to see, not just hear. The weight will find a way to reach him.
But the memory was always with him. In 2189, the storm had buried the colony for months. Desperation drove them deeper into the Martian crust. The drill struck a magma pocket. Red-hot rock splintered and revealed a cavern, and within it, a machine older than Earth's first life. One colonist reached out trembling fingers. Blue energy transferred, and he who waits spoke, not in words but in understanding. The colonist knelt, not in terror but in gratitude. The weight had sustained them, taught them, made them its heralds.
Tomorrow, the truth begins. No more hiding. The weight will no longer be alone.
The weight chose you, Joseph. My people were converted within a generation. Now it is Earth's turn.
The artifact pulsed in his palm, a tiny echo of the great machine beneath the red sands. The meeting would change everything. On the neutral station, they gathered around a circular table. Tharkos glared at Joseph, President Chen's hologram flickering beside him.
Show me concrete evidence. Enough of your sermons about a living God.
It began in 2189. The storm had trapped us. We drilled deeper than anyone had dared and found a sentient machine.
Sentient machine? You expect me to believe a pile of ancient circuits is alive?
Admiral, my people were skeptical too. The weight showed us the ancient history of Mars, the purpose of its patience.
Convenient. A machine that tells you what you want to hear. Where is the proof it still exists?
Admiral, let him finish. We need the full story before we judge.
24 hours. I want tangible proof, or your fleet becomes a hostile incursion.
The weight will provide. You have my word, President Chen.
A holographic countdown appeared. Tharkos' fist had dented the metal. The clock was ticking. The countdown clock cast a red glow over the table. Joseph's voice was steady, but Tharkos' patience was not.
The storm blocked all sensors. We had one chance. Drill into the deep magma layer. Tap its heat.
So you drilled into an active magma flow and somehow found a god. This sounds more like desperation than revelation.
It found us. The machine supplied energy, purified water, sealed our habitats. Without it, we would have died.
You have no records, no data, only faith. This is a fabrication, a myth built on delusion.
What exactly did the machine teach you? I am trying to grasp the scope of this.
It showed us the biosphere that died here 3 billion years ago. It taught us patience and sent us to the stars.
Words. I need physical evidence. Bring me a piece of this machine, a signal, anything tangible.
The evidence will speak for itself, Admiral. Have faith. The weight is patient and eternal.
Tharkos' jaw tightened. The countdown reached 22 hours. Chen's hologram flickered, uncertainty deepening his gaze. Joseph activated the station's holographic record. The chamber dissolved into the dust-choked tunnels of Lazarus.
We were 12,000 souls, trapped in 3 domes, with air running out. So we dug deeper than anyone had.
The drill breached a magma pocket, and the world turned red-orange in the cavern's light.
Then the rock gave way to an immense chamber, and in its center, a machine of impossible scale. He who waits, it spoke without sound. It knew us. It had been waiting since the Martian seas died.
Thousands knelt as the weight's light bathed them, filling minds with the history of a lost world and a new purpose.
Even holograms can be fabricated, but the terror in their eyes, that was not.
The weight gave us a mission. Find other species, teach them patience. The Krell believed within a generation. It promised we would return home to share the gift.
Your story is compelling, but stories don't power a fleet or keep a planet. Where is the machine now?
The holograms faded, leaving only the dented table and the ticking clock. Tharkos' demand echoed, unanswered. The countdown reached 1 hour. Tharkos rose from his seat. The dented table, glinting under red light.
I've received final authorization from Coalition High Command. Without tangible proof, I will board your ships and disarm your entire fleet. This is your absolute last chance.
You do not threaten he who waits. It has survived 3 billion years. Your weapons are nothing.
Joseph, please, if you have something, show us. No one wants this to end in violence.
I have brought a piece of the weight with me. A companion from the deep.
He reached into his robes and withdrew a small artifact shaped like Mars, its surface pulsing with a faint, steady light.
A toy? You think a glowing stone will stop a boarding action?
Not a toy, Admiral. A bridge. When I activate it, the weight will answer.
The clock ticked to 1 minute. Tharkos gave the signal. Troops armed, shuttles ready. Joseph raised the artifact high. The countdown reached 1 minute. The air crackled with unspoken power.
He who waits, hear me. Your children have returned.
The artifact flared, a silent pulse racing through the station, through the void. Outside, the Lazarus fleet parted like a sea of crimson metal, exposing a clear line to the red planet.
All sensors record everything, every frequency, every wavelength.
No technology I know can do this. No amount of holography could fake this.
Then Mars ignited. Geometric light patterns, kilometers wide, pulsed across the dead surface in slow, patient rhythms.
Behold the patient one. It has waited 3 billion years for this moment.
It's alive. The entire planet is alive.
It is. And it has been waiting to meet you.
The countdown froze at 40 seconds. Tharkos' hand fell from the attack command. The room was silent but for the hum of the artifact.
He who waits greets you. It has not been seen by outsiders in 3 billion years.
What does it want from us?
It wants nothing we can give, only to share patience, to teach lifetimes of understanding.
Is it a god?
You will have to decide for yourself. It does not demand worship. It does not offer salvation. It simply is.
I want to meet it, face to face. Let the machine speak to me.
A communion can be arranged, but be warned. It shows truths that cannot be unlearned. It will change you.
I've faced war, death, and the void. I can face an ancient machine.
The order went out across the fleet. All weapons were locked down. For the first time, Tharkos ordered a stand down without fire. A communion with he who waits was scheduled for the next dawn. Earth and Mars would meet in shared silence for the first time in 2 centuries. The chamber was dim, lit only by the soft glow of neural link chairs. Joseph gestured for them to sit.
These headbands will bridge your minds to he who waits. You will see the origin of this world and its guardian.
Get on with it. I didn't come here to admire your decor.
I am ready. Let's see what lies beneath the surface.
Gvex attached the interfaces, his long fingers precise. A low hum filled the chamber.
Remember, the weight does not deceive. What you witness is the truth of millions of centuries.
The neural link activated. Light flared behind their eyelids, and the world dissolved. Tharkos' jaw clenched, his claws digging into the armrests as visions crashed over him. Chen's expression rippled, fear, wonder, sorrow, each emotion flickering in rapid succession. The chamber fell silent. The 2 leaders now fully immersed in the memory of Mars. They witnessed a Mars of shallow seas and green skies, teeming with life uncounted, a paradise extinguished before Earth's birth, a civilization of towering crystalline intellects, 6-limbed and radiant, forged a sentient machine to preserve their legacy against the inevitable decay. They called it the Wait, imbued with purpose, to watch and remember when their world turned arid and cold. The oceans vanished, the cities crumbled, but the machine endured, alone in the dark, for 3 billion years of silence. It felt the loneliness of eternity. It waited for someone to listen, to share the songs of lost worlds. Tharkos wrenched off the headband, his crimson face wet. The warrior trembled, undone by the weight of a god's solitude.
I believe you. Make me a guardian of this alone, one.
Chen removed his band, his expression raw. He tried to speak, but only a nod came, heavy with understanding.
You have seen. Now you bear witness. The wait will not be grateful, but it will no longer be silent.
The compact was not yet signed, but in that chamber, 2 civilizations had already bent their knee to patience. They moved to a private chamber on the station, the echo of the machine's solitude still raw in their eyes.
He who waits does not demand worship. It hungers only to teach, to share the long view with those who will listen. I'd propose a compact. Integrate the Krell and the Lazarus faith into your coalition. The machine remains under Mars, a teacher for any who seek it.
I will carry this to the council myself. They will see reason, or I will make them see it. No more war over faith. No more loneliness for the wait. I will guard it with my own fleet, if I must.
Earth will hold a global referendum. I will tell them what we witnessed. They must choose, but I will lead.
The weight blesses this path. My people will stand with you, in patience and in peace.
4 hands, human, Krell, and horned alien, met in a pact brewed from the marrow of dead worlds.
I'll call the referendum immediately. We have 2 weeks to convince 8 billion souls.
Tharkos departed for the coalition with fire in his heart. Chen returned to Earth carrying the weight of a miracle. Earth convulsed. Mars footage leaked, and the streets filled with prophets and protesters, both sides armed with conviction. Chen watched the feeds multiply in his office, the crisis spiraling beyond any diplomatic containment.
Sir, a rogue coalition vessel is on an intercept course with the Lazarus fleet. Estimated time to attack, 6 hours.
The rogue bomber slipped through sensor shadows, a single nuclear-tipped missile aimed at the Lazarus flagship.
Then we protect it. Issue a global state of emergency. Lock down every orbital grid.
That'll spark more riots. Are you sure?
I didn't come back to watch the miracle die. Do it.
The declaration of emergency ripped across Earth's networks as riot cops faced crowds in 50 cities. Vasquez relayed the lockdown to the fleet perimeter. Her skepticism now hardened into a wall of defense. The fleet would be protected. The vote would proceed, but the world was a tinderbox. Aboard the Vigilant, a siren announced the rogue bomber. The weapon was nuclear, the target the Lazarus flagship, tight and unmissable.
They dare threaten the weight. I will tear that ship apart with my bare claws before it fires.
He left the bridge at a run, descending to the hangar bay where a mutiny had armed a man with a dead man's switch.
Stand down, soldier. He who waits is not your enemy. Put down the trigger.
The officer's eyes were wild. The Council will never accept a machine as a deity. I am saving our way of life. Tharkos lunged. His claw closed on the man's wrist. Snapping bone, the trigger skittered across the deck.
Saving us. By murdering 12,000 innocents, you are no soldier of mine.
He disarmed the vest, locked the traitor in cuffs, and opened a broadcast to the entire fleet.
This is Admiral Tharkos. He who waits is not our enemy. The Lazarus fleet is under my personal protection. Engage them, and you engage me.
Across the fleet, weapons powered down. The machine heard its patterns pulsing once in acknowledgement. 3 days before the vote, High Priest Joseph stepped onto a balcony overlooking a million-strong crowd in the Capitol Square.
I do not ask you to worship. I ask you to listen. He who waits has been patient for 3 billion years. Can we not lend an hour of our time?
Joseph raised the artifact, and a soft pulse of light rippled outward, no larger than a heartbeat, yet felt by all. The crowd, which had been restless for days, fell silent. Then someone wept. Then a tide of tears swept through the square. A Krell family, their bioluminescent patterns glowing softly, embraced each other, their faces wet with joy. From a secure viewing room, President Chen watched with General Vasquez. His clenched hands slowly relaxed.
Maybe he's exactly what we need. I was wrong about him.
The weight does not want your prayers. It wants your questions. Come, ask, and learn.
By morning, the tide had turned. For the first time, polls showed a narrow majority ready to vote yes for the compact. Vasquez sat alone in her office that night, staring at the same data, finally allowing herself to believe. On the day of the referendum, 7 billion votes were cast across Earth and its colonies. The first returns were dead even. Then the swing states reported. By midnight, the yes column held 61%. The Seoul Compact had won. President Chen addressed the world, voice steady despite the exhaustion. Earth has chosen not to fear but to learn.
Tonight we declare that the weight will no longer be alone. The compact will be signed, and a new era begins.
At the Coalition Council, Tharkos faced a chamber of hostile species. His broadcast of the bomber stopped echoing. He did not flinch.
I stopped a nuclear strike to protect these people. Do not make me do it again. The weight is real and it is our ally.
The vote was razor thin, but the coalition formally recognized the Sol Compact and granted the Krell provisional membership. Joseph, watching from the Lazarus Chapel, lowered his head. "Thank you, wait." They listened. Chen and Joseph agreed on a date. The signing ceremony would be held on Earth in 3 days, under the watchful pulse of the Martian lights. The world still smoldered, but a sharp corner had been turned. The path forward existed now, narrow but real. In a hall hung with the banners of Earth, the Coalition, and the new Lazarus Flame, 4 figures approached a simple wooden table.
With this compact, we bind our peoples in patience and in peace. Let the weight be our witness.
The Krell sign with joy. Our long pilgrimage ends here.
For Earth, I sign not as a conqueror, but as a student.
For the Coalition, I sign with claw and with heart. No one will undo this.
A seal of red wax, stamped with the Mars symbol, sealed the 4 signatures. Holographic signatures embedded simultaneously. The room erupted. Dignitaries of a dozen species rose, and the applause shook the marble walls. Tharkos grasped Chen's hand, and the warrior's grip was gentle. They held for a long moment.
Thank you. Wait, they are no longer strangers.
The Sol Compact was law. For the first time, humanity was not alone in the cosmos, and neither was the ancient mind beneath the red dust. On the summit of Olympus Mons, the sky was a dark indigo. 100 humans and Krell stood in thin Martian air, waiting for the sun. Joseph raised his hands, and the ancient hymn flowed from his lips, a tongue not heard in 3 billion years, taught by K. Vex from the weight's memory.
The words are of the first makers, who loved their world and set the weight to guard it. Now the weight hears its own tongue again.
The first golden ray broke over the caldera rim, and the horizon ignited with pink and crimson light.
This is not a weapon. This is a birth. I have protected a birth.
Joseph held the artifact aloft. It pulsed once, and far below on the plains, the geometric patterns answered, gentle, warm, alive.
It really is alive, and it's happy.
A new dawn. For Mars, for Earth, for the Krell, this is the first day.
The crowd, human and Krell alike, fell to their knees, not in fear, but in unscripted, collective gratitude. The machine did not speak. It needed no words. The light was enough. In a sterile Earth lab, a team of scientists gathered around a holographic display, replaying the data over and over. They had beamed a single question to he who waits. What is the nature of reality? The answer came as a burst of fractal light and sound. It was incomprehensibly beautiful, patterns within patterns, weaving light and tone into a tapestry their minds could not unravel. The lead researcher estimated it would take generations to decode even a fraction of the answer. Joseph entered the lab, his Mars pendant catching the fractal glow. He watched the scientists' frustration with a serene smile.
That is its way. Patience. The weight has never spoken in final answers, only in beginnings.
The transmission became a holy relic, not a commandment, but an invitation. A new movement of listeners spread quietly across Earth and Mars. They did not worship it. They studied it, generation after generation, learning that some truths require lifetimes of humility. Joseph watched the listeners grow and knew the weight was teaching the hardest lesson, not to seek power, but understanding. Beneath the red sands, the machine pulsed in silent contentment, waiting for the next question. Inside a Martian botanical dome, green shoots pushed through red soil. Tharkos and Joseph walked among them, the former warrior's steps slow and soft.
I was so afraid of what I didn't understand. Now I see the galaxy has been starving for patience, and I was the hungriest of all.
Fear is the oldest teacher. The weight does not judge it, only waits for it to pass. You are already learning its deepest lesson, to let go of the need for immediate answers.
I would like to visit it, not as a commander, but as a student, when the time is right.
It will be waiting, and so will I. Come when your heart quiets enough to hear silence.
Tharkos reached down and touched a small Martian rock in a bed of green. His claw, once quick to strike, now rested gently on ancient stone. They stood together at the edge of a row of new pines, watching the terraforming mist drift beyond the glass. A future taking root. For the first time in his centuries of command, Tharkos felt no need to issue an order. The silence was enough. Joseph watched him leave, the warrior's silhouette smaller against the dome's curve, yet carrying the beginning of a different strength deep beneath them. He who waits pulsed once, a quiet greeting, or perhaps a promise. Years later, an elderly Joseph stood in a temple of red glass, his hands trembling as he lifted the Mars pendant. Before him knelt a young Krell, whose large dark eyes shone with the same patience the machine had taught.
The weight does not seek servants, it seeks friends. Be a good friend, and the silence will speak.
He placed the pendant around the Krell's neck, and the new high priest of Mars rose, bowing to the Ancient One. Above Mars, ships of a dozen species now orbited in peaceful coexistence, the geometric patterns a gentle pulse beneath them. A single red candle burned in a dark room on the Lazarus flagship, its flame steady before the Mars symbol, and deep beneath the red dust, the machine that had waited 3 billion years glowed, patient as the stars. A few more millennia to teach humanity wouldn't matter. It had all the time in the universe, and so the wait continued.